We will take you to Parliament now. And this afternoon, there are several crucial matters that are supposed to be presented before the floor of the House. One of them is whether or not the House will adopt a report on the conduct of the Lands Cabinet Secretary, Charity Ngilu. Now, there are allegations that she abused her office and contravened the Constitution by appointing a Director General of Lands, a position not created for in the Constitution, amongst a host of other allegations and accusations against the Cabinet Secretary. And Sam Ogina is for us in Parliament with the very latest regarding the bills that we expect this afternoon. Good afternoon, Sam.
Good afternoon, Bonnie, and well put. Yeah, we are expecting that motion by the joint committees on land and also the delegated legislation that will be tabled in Parliament this afternoon. It is a report that heavily indicts the Land Secretary, that is Charity Ngilu, of unilaterally making decisions that are outside the confines of the Constitution, and that is by appointing Mr. Peter Kahuho, if I've got the name right, as the Director General for Lands, and this is a position that is not provided for either in the Constitution or in the National Lands Commission. Remember that Kahuho, on his appointment by the Cabinet Secretary, actually undertook the exercise of signing that is title deeds that was submitted or issued out at the coast by the President alongside the Cabinet Secretary herself. Now, the contention here is that Ngilu actually acted outside the law by making that appointment, because it is an appointment that is not within the Constitution. It is an appointment that rendered the Commissioner for Lands, that is, we can say the former Commissioner for Lands, Zablon Mabea, redundant for that matter, because he is the person solely under the Constitution, under the law, that is charged with signing of title deeds. Now, in her defense, when she appeared before these joint committees, her defense was actually that during the restructuring of the Jubilee administration, restructuring and mergers of ministries into, when the President actually collapsed ministries into a lean cabinet, there was need to restructure and also reconstitute that lands docket, because it was very wide, and that's why she saw it wise to actually create these positions. But she admitted that it was this position that she created was not in the Constitution. It was just a gentleman's agreement to have the Director for Lands appointed and also that office created. So that is the report that these two joint committees, Lands and Delegated Legislation, are going to table in the afternoon here in the National Assembly. Also, maybe just to mention is there is the Media Council Bill 2013. Now, this Media Council Bill comes hot on the heels of the Kenya Information and Communication Act Amendment Bill 2013 that has actually caused a lot of heat among the media fraternity. Now, this the Media Council Bill 2013 actually sets ground for the Cabinet Secretary for Information, that is Fred Matiang'i, for this matter, to actually rubber stamp or veto the person that will be the chairman or the vice chairman for the Media Council of Kenya. Remember, Media Council of Kenya is a very crucial organ in monitoring the conduct of media, monitoring the conduct of journalists. So the contention here is that in the wake of a draconian bill that was just passed last week, then there is the Media Council bill coming up in the National Assembly, and all eyes will be focused in the National Assembly to see how this time round they're going to act on this particular bill. Maybe just to rush you through some of the bills that are also expected. It is quite a heavy legislative agenda here at the National Assembly on the 5th of November. There is the Matrimonial and Property Bill 2013, or the so-called the Marriage Bill. Then there is also the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation Act Amendment Bill of 2013 that is sponsored by, that is the Parliamentary Legal Affairs Chairman Samuel Chepkonga. Now, what Chepkonga seeks to do is actually to amend this bill such that it is not a requirement for the President to enact the report, that is the TJRC report that was submitted to the President just a few months ago, to actually operationalize the report as is, but just open that window of making an amendment. Now, the risk here is that there are fears of actually mutilating the report, as it were, or actually trying just to shield some individuals who were mentioned adversely in the Truth, Justice and Reconciliation report that was presented to the President. Bonnie, if I can
Right.
hand it back to you.
Right, Sam, sorry to take you back, but back to the Charity Ngilu issue. You've mentioned that the House has an option of either adopting the report or not. We know if they do, it is dangerous for her career as a cabinet secretary. But what if they do not adopt this report? Does it mean that all those things that have been installed and are considered not constitutional, do they take cause?
Well, Bonnie, you should remember that actually they can amend this report as it were, maybe try to shield Ngilu's action or otherwise, but there is a general feeling that the Cabinet Secretary for Lands actually flouted the law and made decisions that are outside the Constitution and the law, and there is a general feeling across the Jubilee Alliance that she should actually take the hit herself for acting in contrary to the spirit and the letter of the law. But what they can do if they want to shield her is that they can actually amend that report, I beg your pardon, amend the report actually just to sideline her from the actions that she's taken. But it will be quite hard to do that because the report that has been prepared for that matter is actually linking Ngilu for undertaking exercises that are not provided for in the Constitution. And also the local dailies have reported that the president and the deputy themselves are actually not happy with Ngilu's action that have actually violated the Constitution. And in the principle of separation of powers, the two gentlemen in the presidency actually don't want to actually interfere with the work of the legislature in this matter. So it will be Ngilu's for the taking. It will be actually the cabinet secretary who will actually just some sort of take the hit for herself. Whether the Jubilee Alliance and the CORD here will rally together and adopt the report or reject the report, that's a matter that we await to see actually happen here in the afternoon at the floor of the National Assembly. Bonnie?
Right, many thanks, Sam. Again, quite a busy schedule for members of the House this afternoon. Of course, KTN is on top of that story to bring you the results of these particular bills, whether they are adopted or not, and we'll bring it to you as and when it happens. Edith?